Donald Trump having the worst cognitive day we have ever seen today. He referred to Ukrainian President Zelenskyy as President Putin multiple times. He says Japan shot 111 missiles and referred to former President Barack Obama as Obama and the JCPOA as the JCPOC. Dementia J. Trump is trending. Here is Donald Trump gesturing to Vladimir Zelenskyy, the Ukrainian president, at the NATO summit, and says, "Does anybody have a question for President Putin?" pointing to the Ukrainian president. This man is unwell.
A lot of energy. Do you have a question for President Putin, please?
What?
Do you have a question for President Putin? Not Zelenskyy. Putin. Yeah, what would you like to ask him? Because I'm going to ask.
This is the worst that he has ever been. The decline is notable, it is palpable, and it is serious. An extraordinarily confused Donald Trump says that 111 missiles were shot by the Islamic Republic of Japan. Japan, what is wrong with him?
Which is one of the most beautiful in the world. It's one of the biggest, the Abraham Lincoln. And 2 months ago, we had 100, I told this story yesterday, we had 111 missiles shot by the Islamic Republic of Japan.
Excuse me, sir? 111 missiles by Japan?
It was shot at the aircraft carrier over a period of about 1 hour. 111 missiles going to a very expensive ship.
This guy can't do it. If Biden did just one of these things ever, they would have called for his head. And Trump did 3 of them in a single day. Here he talks about the Obama nuclear deal. Remember Obama?
Obama.
Oh, dear God. Oh, no.
Again, that was pretty much the Obama nuclear, the Obama deal.
Obama.
That was one of the
You can tell he's struggling. He's completely lost his train of thought here.
worst tragedies that happened. That's what happened in the Middle East. That deal set back that whole situation. They went with it. Frankly, they picked the wrong country. They picked the wrong country. JCPOC. What a terrible.
I guess because it was Obama and Obama's black, it's the JCPOC person of color or something like that. Guys, this guy can't do it. This is the worst he has ever done.
What a terrible deal. I call it the Obama nuclear waste deal because what he did with that deal is he caused tremendous hardship.
The president of the United States in the last few hours referred to President Zelenskyy as the guy he is at war with, Putin. He said that Japan launched 111 missiles at an aircraft carrier of the United States and referred to Barack Obama as Obama and referred to the JCPOA as the JCPOC. Where's Jake Tapper? We need a book about this. As the completely outrageous scene continued, Trump started taking questions from reporters on the behalf of Vladimir Putin and speaking for Putin, with Zelenskyy sitting right there. It is a circus.
Last year you called Russia a paper tiger, referring that they're not doing that.
Who did I call?
I'm from Telegraph UA, Ukrainian media.
No, give us a question, not for Zelenskyy, give us a question for Putin.
Why is he attacking
Yeah.
Ukraine
Because I'm
cities
speaking
if he
to him
wants
today.
peace?
Yeah,
Putin,
Why is he
Give me a
attacking
good, hard
Ukraine
question.
cities if he wants peace?
when will he end this war?
That's a good question. I don't think I've ever asked him that question. I'm going to ask him that question.
Trump speaking for Putin to cover up the fact that he mixed up Zelenskyy and Putin. And he says he speaks to him all the time, but he's never asked, like, when are we going to end the war, which Trump has promised hundreds of times to do.
Mr.
President, what's the status of a drone deal between the U.S.
Say it.
and Ukraine? What's the status
By the
of
way,
a drone?
I will tell you, though, he's going to tell you that he wants it ended as soon as he can end it.
Right.
He wants it ended. He wants to end it soon. And I ask him, and we talk. I talk to him a lot. I talk to him a little bit less, but the relationship is very good. But I talk to President Putin a lot. He wants to end the war.
Trump now speaking for the Russian president while sitting there with the Ukrainian president. I'm speechless. How is this? It is time to remove him now. He cannot do this. And just wait until you see how he was having to be helped around by President Erdogan. We'll get to that. A couple other moments. Donald Trump says you've got young guys walking around, but not really walking around because they don't have any legs.
And we have young guys around, not walking around because they have no legs. But their legs were blown off, their arms were blown off, their face was blown off, and they live because of modern medicine. You can do anything, but they're living like in hell.
The highest IQ president in American history. Their legs were blown off, their arms were blown off, their face was blown off, but they lived because of American medicine. A more prescient and salient statement from an American president, I truly cannot imagine. Are there any MAGAs in my audience ready to say, listen, David, I like Trump's tax policy. I like Trump's ideas on trans sports, but it's very obvious that he can't do this anymore. And he needs to either step down or be removed. Is there a single Magapotamian or a Magadonian or just a MAGA in my audience who is prepared to make that declaration? If so, my level of respect for you would go up because this simply cannot continue. And if you think that Donald Trump was disoriented in his speech during this NATO trip, just look at what happened when he tried to walk around. And again, this is a reminder. At home, we have learned that Trump basically is limiting his schedule to 12 to 5. When he tries to operate outside of that schedule, things go pretty wacky. And when it is increasingly notable is when he is on these trips. This happened on the Asia trip. This happened on the Middle East trip. With the time change and the different circumstances, he declines significantly. Let's talk about what happened on the tarmac. Some people assume focus is just about willpower, but if you've sat down to work and you're checking your phone, switching tabs in your browser, getting pulled into distraction, you know it's not that simple. I want to tell you about our sponsor, Brain FM. Brain FM is a music app designed to support focus. It's not the random playlists or ambient videos that people often will put on. It's music built from the ground up for cognitive performance. Brain.fm works with musicians and neuroscientists to create music that will interact with your brain's natural rhythms. Their patented audio technology is designed to influence brain activity related to attention. This is why Brain.fm is the only music app funded by the National Science Foundation. The app includes a number of modes depending on what you're doing: deep work, creative, motivation. There's a dedicated ADHD mode for people whose brains may benefit from extra support. There's also been peer-reviewed research published showing that their music increased activity in attentional networks and also improved performance on attention-based tasks. Try it yourself with 30 days free at brain.fm/Pakman. The link is in the description.